Okay, welcome to Chapter 2 of Job Prep, preparing for your next job. In this chapter, we're going to talk about what is the job market like. Now, this is going to vary by different sectors, by different geographies, by different disciplines that you do. So I'm going to talk about basically the big picture. The job market today is an interesting one where candidates are now suffering from what we call job board fatigue syndrome. Now, this is a terminology that recruiters are aware of, but people out there in candidate land don't really understand it. Let me explain job board fatigue syndrome to you. It is now so easy to apply for 20, 30, 40, 50 jobs, right? You can knock that off in half a day. What happened before, back when I started recruiting in the late 90s, we would put an ad in the newspaper. Someone would physically have to print out and prepare a resume and then mail it into us. We would then go down to the post office with a trolley, just like Grandma used to take down to buy a fruit and veg at the market. 2 little wheels, stand up, put it in. And we had the biggest letterbox that you could possibly get, and we would get all the resumes out, put them into the trolley. And we had someone, and half of their job was just to take them out of the envelopes, sort them out and give them to the different consultants. And we would sit there, and I had 2 briefcases, one that I would bring my lunch and my notes to work with, and the other one that I just carried around resumes with. Oh my God, that was only 15 years ago. Amazing. Now we can just bang, 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 shoot off all these applications. This is causing job board fatigue syndrome. And what is it? It's when you send out all those applications and you hear nothing. You might find that when you're looking at ads on the internet, it says at the bottom, only successful candidates will be contacted, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's just a basic lack of common courtesy. If someone takes the time to write to your business to apply for a job with you, you should respond to them, even if it's an acknowledgement that you've got their application and a thank you but no thank you. So, lack of common courtesy bordering on being rude. But to get nothing back is really hard for candidates. In today's job market, candidates resent the recruitment process, right? They want things to go faster. They want them to be more transparent. They want to know who they're dealing with. They want to know who to talk to and who to contact. They can't get that. They don't get that. And that makes people very frustrated. Now, if you think back years before, right, when Australia was going through the construction boom and going through the mining boom, we were basically drinking out of a fire hose. If you wanted a job, you could go out and get one. Now, the GFC has burnt a whole generation of job seekers. You know, they've become disgruntled, they're not happy about the process that they go through, so it makes it, a more bitter experience. You then turn around and think to yourself, okay, only 10% of people that get hired get done so through a recruitment consultancy. That means 90% of candidates that are sending out these emails, they're on their own. They don't have the guidance, they don't have someone consulting with them through the process. They send out the resume, they don't get a response. What happens then? Things are changing too in the way people are looking at employment and unemployment. The world is changing from what is known as a 40-40 mentality to one that's more skills and contracting based. Now, if you haven't heard the term 40-40 mentality, it's what the baby boomers were raised as, it's what my generation, the X generation was raised as, part of the Y generation. We're now moving into the millenniums and it's changing a little bit. The 40-40 is basically, we were taught to believe that you will work for 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life. 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, and then you'll retire. Is that you? Is that what you believe? Well, the situation's changing. They're saying that within 15 to 20 years, more than half of the workforce in Australia will be on contract. And those contracts will be based on the skills that you have. And that leads us back to the next paradox. We're going to see in the job market unemployment going higher, while at the same time there's going to be a skills shortage going up. Now, that doesn't make sense. All these people are looking for work and all these employers are saying, I can't find anyone to do the work. So that's going to be tough. So if you combine the IT advancements that we've had, the job board fatigue syndrome, the candidates' lack of enjoyment even, well, not enjoyment, they just don't enjoy applying for jobs, and it's not that they get rejected, it's that they don't hear anything, then the job market is changing. And this is where you can get in front of this. You've got to understand it, but don't be all, oh, woe is me. You can actually get in front of it and it can make a difference to you. To do that, you've got to get in front of the client, and that's what we're going to talk about during the rest of the training program. I want to leave you with one thing though, especially to all you people out there that might be looking for a job that are shooting off resumes and getting no response. Albert Einstein said this many years ago, I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. Moving on.